Brent Byng, redefining leadership through accountability, purpose, and humanity. For many people, leadership is a title. For Brent Byng, it is a responsibility earned through service, trust, and consistency. After more than 27 years in the U.S. Air Force, Byng has spent his life leading teams through uncertainty, complexity, and transformation. Now, as a senior operations executive and mentor, he brings that same discipline and purpose to helping organizations and people reach their highest potential. His story is not just about military success or executive achievement. It is about how leadership can still be deeply human, rooted in accountability, empathy, and the belief that people always come first. Brent Byng's journey began in an environment defined by high stakes and constant change. He served across the globe, leading missions and managing complex operations, where precision and adaptability often made the difference between success and failure. As commander of the 19th Special Operations Squadron, he oversaw more than 300 personnel and directed the training and graduation of thousands of operators who would go on to serve in critical missions around the world. Leadership is never about position. He often says, it's about responsibility for the people and the mission. You earn trust by being accountable and consistent, especially when the pressure is highest. During his time in command, Byng recognized a growing challenge. Traditional systems were no longer keeping pace with modern demands. He spearheaded the introduction of simulation and virtual reality technologies that redefined how aircrew members were trained. The new systems reduced instructor workload, improved learning retention, and prepared teams more effectively for real-world operations. His approach was practical, not theoretical. He saw innovation as a way to strengthen people, not replace them. When asked what separates good leaders from great ones, Byng's answer always returns to people. Technology, systems, and processes all matter. He explains, but people make everything work. Without their trust, commitment, and creativity, even the best plans fall apart. That philosophy has guided him in every role, whether briefing senior leaders at the Pentagon, coordinating with international allies, or mentoring young officers. Byng has built teams that thrive on accountability and shared purpose. His leadership emphasizes communication and empathy, as much as precision and performance. Byng believes that leadership starts with listening. Early in his career, he learned that understanding people's motivations is as important as understanding their skills. He made a habit of walking the floor, talking to individuals, and asking what could be improved. When people feel seen and heard, he says, they invest more in the mission. They perform not just because they're told to, but because they believe in what they're doing. Brent's years at the Pentagon gave him a broader view of leadership at the strategic level. Serving as special assistant to the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, he worked directly with senior defense officials, White House staff, and representatives from more than 20 allied nations. The experience required diplomacy, precision, and patience. He learned that leadership in such environments depends on trust built over time. You have to align people who don't always share the same priorities, he recalls. That means focusing on shared values and being clear about outcomes. Whether in national security or business, success depends on your ability to bring people together under one vision. Those lessons now inform his approach to enterprise leadership. Byng views organizations as ecosystems that thrive when their leaders align strategy, people, and technology. He believes that clarity of purpose, combined with consistent accountability, creates cultures that adapt to change without losing stability. For Byng, leadership has never been about personal recognition. It has always been about service. That service extends beyond his professional life into his community and faith. Over the years, he has dedicated time to mentoring youth, volunteering with veterans organizations, and participating in faith-based programs that focus on personal growth and leadership development. He credits these experiences with keeping him grounded. No matter how large your responsibilities become, you have to stay connected to something greater than yourself. He says, that could be family, faith, or community. It's what keeps leadership real and prevents success from becoming self-serving. Byng's view of leadership as service is part of what makes him stand out in both military and corporate circles. He defines success not by titles or metrics, but by the impact leaders have on the people they guide. If someone you mentored becomes a better leader because of your influence, that's the highest form of success. He says, throughout his career, Brent Byng has witnessed constant change. He has seen technologies evolve, missions transform, and organizations adapt to new global realities. Yet one thing has remained constant: his commitment to integrity. In fast-moving environments, integrity becomes your compass. He explains, when everything else changes, values keep you centered. People can sense whether you mean what you say. If they trust your character, they'll follow you through uncertainty. He teaches this principle to every leader he mentors. Integrity, he believes, cannot be situational. It must guide every decision, from small interactions to major strategic moves. Byng also stresses that integrity and innovation can coexist. Being ethical doesn't mean resisting progress. He says, it means applying innovation responsibly, making sure that what we build today will stand the test of time. As he continues his career, Brent Byng is focused on developing the next generation of leaders who will face new challenges in both military and business environments. He sees leadership becoming more collaborative, data-informed, and globally connected. Yet, he believes that the core principles remain unchanged. The tools are evolving, but the fundamentals are timeless. He says, leaders must still earn trust, communicate clearly, and act with purpose. They must care about people as much as performance. His current pursuit of a Doctor of Strategic Leadership at Liberty University reflects his commitment to continuous growth. For him, learning never stops. The world changes too fast to rely only on past experience. He says, you have to keep learning, questioning, and refining your approach. Brent Byng's life and career offer a reminder that leadership at its best is deeply human. It is about building trust, fostering growth, and staying true to one's values. His journey, from flying combat missions to advising at the highest levels of government to mentoring future leaders, illustrates how strength and humility can coexist in powerful ways. As he looks toward new opportunities, Byng remains guided by the same principles that have defined his career: integrity, accountability, and service. In every environment, he continues to prove that true leadership is not measured by authority, but by the lasting impact one leaves on others.